What you doing? I'm the AC, and this is Otaku News Reviews. This time I will be talking about the brand new manga Kill Blue or Kill by Tadatoshi Fujimaki. This is page 1, Let's Go to School. The translation is by Casey Loy, and the lettering is by Steve Dutro. This first chapter came out on April 16th, 2023 in Weekly Shonen Jump, which I read on Manga Plus app, and is 55 pages, which is kind of on the shorter side for first chapters. If you don't know, Tadatoshi Fujimaki is most well known for the manga Kuroko's Basketball, as well as Robot Laserbeam. So simply put, this manga, which you could read in the manga summary, is just about a hitman gets turned back into a kid and goes back to school. It's that simple, and I wish there was really more to it. But it really is just that. And just reading it, I wasn't too thrilled about it. I kind of knew right off the bat, this is one of those where I'm only going to do the first chapter on. So if you expect more, sorry. Unless there's a overwhelming positive response that people want more. There's just not enough for me to want to do more reviews on it like I am other series. But it follows this legendary hitman named Juzo Ogami. But even though he's legendary and people think he'll kill any target he gets, he really only kills the unredeemable. He says it here at the beginning. He says it one more time later. But so he's not this heartless hitman. He has some moral sense to him, which kind of makes it like less, oh, it's this bad guy who's going to go through this whole journey of becoming good by living. No, he's still a decent guy already. I don't know. But this first part, and it's about almost half, not really. I think it was like the first, not almost 20 pages. It's like a flash forward of Juzo. He's doing a mission. He's with his partner, Kotatsu Nekota. He finds a wasp's nest capsule, tosses it aside because why would that be important? Complains about he doesn't know how to interact with kids. Then, hey, remember that wasp nest capsule? Gets stung by one of those wasps while he's at home. Wakes up at his ex-wife's office, Iri Wanibuchi, as a kid. His ex-wife is apparently the head of the science department at ZOO Assassination Cynic. Don't know if that's supposed to be Zoo. He also has a daughter that we only got to see a picture of, but we do know because of someone he talks about later in the chapter. Like, there's this girl who's around the same age as his daughter, and he's in the same class with that girl, so we can assume he turns about the same age as his daughter. His daughter doesn't make any other appearance in this chapter, but it's a safe assumption he's going to run into her as a kid, probably unknowingly. So yeah, all that happens pretty quick just to get him to be a kid, which makes sense, but it feels like they really try to cram more in there. It feels like there should have been more pages. Let that breathe a bit, because it really was just like, here it is, and then the rest of the chapter happens, and it doesn't feel like it's drawn out, but it's like, wow, this has more room to breathe in that very first part, because there was so much packed in the beginning. And then it's kind of just like, and now the story begins, and it's a little slower. And it's like, okay. So his boss wants him to be a student at some private middle school that he's planning on sending his daughter to next year. Of course, he'll still get paid. And he wears these glasses that his partners can see through and communicate to him through, just because his partner doesn't really say how old he is. He does refer to him as a Gen Z. So I guess that's still a young adult. So he's somewhere in early 20s, I'm going to assume. Maybe late teens. I don't know. He's also a hitman or assassin. He works with him, so he must be something. But yeah, as a kid, as a student, again, he just seems gloomy and lonely, weird. Nobody really wants anything to do with him. But he doesn't really care. He wants to stay that way anyways. But he really does get into his studies. Turns out he only went through elementary school. He dumb. He real dumb. He did not know about negative numbers, which, hey, good for you. That means you probably weren't in debt. But of course, it's, oh, okay. That's cool. Good. He also didn't know numbers could multiply, divide. I don't know. That's, even in elementary school, you learn about stuff like that. I did. I went to school in U.S., so it always seems like Japan has better school systems, but I don't know. Maybe even in elementary school. He did say he was in that kind of hitman lifestyle ever since he was a kid. So even if he did get through elementary, maybe he still barely did the school there. But he didn't know about some of the simplest math stuff. I don't know. That's weird. So yeah, his life as a student goes on like that with a bit. He seems to. I don't know how close he was with his partner beforehand, but he seems to be getting a little more closer with them. Maybe because he's a child and his partner's kind of taking on a parent or a big brother kind of role at least. But then some weirdo wearing nothing but underpants and a panda mask comes to school, starts to be a perv. And this part is the weird, gross part because these are middle schoolers, and even though he isn't touching them, he's just like, "Look at me, I'm here." It's like, oh, that's but apparently he still doesn't. He doesn't consider this guy unredeemable. He of course beats him, even though realizing it's a lot harder in a child's body. But yeah, he doesn't find him unredeemable. I would find that unredeemable. That's just the fuck is wrong with you. Ugh, I don't know. It's a perv. It's like, anyways. So a girl that picked on him, he ends up saving, even though he denies it to her. But this girl convinces the others to add him to a class group chat. Oh, so it's like a little redemption. And it's like, I think this is the girl who's on the very cover of the manga chapter. I'm not sure because there's nothing really outstanding about her yet. I assume it's going to be the first one who's actually going to get a little rom-com-y with. I don't know, but that's pretty much it. It ends with a more little humor of him being an old man in kid's body with not being able to keep up with the group chat, but he says he still doesn't mind it, and yeah, that's pretty much in the chapter. It was, it's going to be okay. It's going to be a fine manga. I don't really see any longevity in it though, because what is the real goal? There's been quite a few of these like return to youth kind of show or manga anime stuff, whether it's time travel or whether it's some kind of drunk thing. There's a real life, there's a race, there's that arty one, I don't remember the name, I forgot. There's other books, original like novels I read, and that it's just this return to youth, a do-over. Oh, of course, how could I forget Tokyo Revengers? There's just stuff like that happening a lot. There's another manga that's come out I'm forgetting too, but that's Through Dreams. I don't know that one. Yeah, I mean, it's still the same thing. But yeah, so I guess this is going to be a manga series or manga genre trope that's going to be happening more often now. Hope it doesn't get too overdone because I was liking it, but I guess this is the one that popped up that made me like, okay, I'm done with this. Done with this kind of story now. Now, the last thing I always like to talk about is, of course, the manga title. Not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. It reminds me of Kill Bill. It's Kill Blue, Kill Bill. Of course, in Japanese, Kill Ao. Don't know what the blue has to do with anything. I don't know if there's also a pun in Japanese I'm just not getting. It really feels like they're referencing Kill Bill. As for the chapter title, he goes to school. I mean, that's pretty much it. And hey, it's not even like he goes to school. It also has some enthusiasm implied with the title, so he is getting into the school life. So there is more of that to it, besides just being like, yeah, he goes to school. He's getting into it, and the title shows that enthusiasm. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this first chapter. Like I said, it's not going to be bad. It kind of gives me sort of Spy Family vibes. Not exactly, but it's going to be this kind of like having to do school stuff, kind of spy-ish. He's not really acting as a hitman. It is a lot more spy-like. And then, like, there's going to be shenanigans that he's going to have to deal with. That's going to pop up. It's not going to be, like, super gag manga. It's not going to be anything super serious, probably. But I feel like it's going to be around the same tone as Spy Family. And, hey, I like Spy Family. So, I'm going to not be upset with this manga. I'm still going to enjoy it as much as I would most manga. But I don't feel like anything special is coming out of it. Let me know what you think, though. If you disagree, if you're also looking forward to it, what you think is going to happen in this one. I don't see a whole lot coming from it as long as longevity or how long this manga is going to last, but who knows? He had one series that lasted a long time. He had another series that was pretty short. Maybe this one would cut the difference, but let's talk about it. You can leave me a comment. You can find me on social media, theacstories. You can email me at theacstories@gmail.com. You can also join my Discord. I have a little community there. All the links to that stuff will be in the description. But if you like what I have to say, go and give it a like. If you want to see more easily, go and subscribe so you know when all that happens. But that's all I have to say about this first chapter of Kill Blue. I'm the AC. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.